You are listening to a brand new episode of the Case Closed podcast. I am your new host, Darius Wallace, and today we have a lot to talk about. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I am Darius Wallace. I am the new temporary host for the Case Closed podcast. And right off the bat, I would like to thank Professor C for giving me this opportunity, for giving me this chance to send my part towards this movement that he's been working so hard on, just as much as everybody else here in this community. Everybody else has done an amazing job in showing support for the series, showing support for the movement. And I came up to him and I told him when the news broke about him wanting to find a temporary host that I wanted to do my part. I wanted to show my support for the series however I could. And he gave me this opportunity, and I want to just thank him and thank all of you for giving me this opportunity to do so. And I'm going to do and give my 100% best for all of you and for him and for this movement by keeping this going, by keeping this strong. So let's get into it. Right now, the big thing that we need to talk about, the big thing that's going on right now is the Lupin the Third versus Detective Conan releases that Discotek Media is releasing on October 27th. Right now, the pre-orders are going on Right Stuf for $16.22 for both the series and the movie. So I encourage you guys to go out. The links I will provide in the description for both the series and the movie to pre-order. It is a great buy, and it is going to support this 100%. I firmly believe that if we get out there and we show Discotek that we are in support of this release, that we are in support of this movie and series, this movie and special, that Discotek could look at that, and when they see that and Funimation's contract with Case Closed is up, who knows? We could actually see Discotek Media pick up Detective Conan, and we could see a release of some sort. We could see more movies. We could see another season. Who knows what Discotek could do? But in the past, they have dubbed releases of Lupin the Third before, so it's not out of the box to think that they could have their own in-house dub of Case Closed and bring it back to where we would all like it to be here in the States. Now, that's not to say that just because this movie is a sub that it is a bad thing. Like I said before, if we show the support, if we show the love that we care about Detective Conan, we care about this release, then what's to say that it won't happen in the future? Now, personally, I feel like if Discotek does pick up Case Closed, it will be a huge push for this movement. It'll be exactly what we're asking for. Now, I'm not to say that it's going to be a dub or a sub if they do pick it up. I want to leave that up to them when they do it, if they do it, But I want to hold out hope, as well as everybody else here that's listening, that this could be a huge step forward in our movement that we are underway with right now. Now, Crunchyroll picking up Case Closed was a great first step. It was a huge announcement back when it was made. It was a huge announcement. It was a huge big deal for the community. I myself, when I heard the news, was absolutely thrilled that Crunchyroll was picking up the series. And it was, like I said, it was a great first step. And this is another step forward for us. It is another step forward to show that we are here, that we're still here, that we have a voice, and that we can be heard. All we have to do is just come together as a movement, as a community that we've been doing for many years now, since Professor C started this movement, that we can show Discotek that we care about this release, that we care about this series release that's coming out, the series, the special, and the movie that's coming out on October 27th. So I encourage you guys to go out there, pre-order the movie, pre-order the special. It's going to be worth it. I can promise you that. Now, the other thing that's happening right now is the GoFundMe page that has already started, and that link will be in the description also. Right now, currently, there's about $50 raised, and that GoFundMe page is primarily for the money used to have panels all over the country for this movement, to show that we're here, to tell people, to inform people as to why they should help us out with trying to bring Case Closed back in the States. Now, I remember the last time they did a panel, it went over really, really well. I don't remember exactly where it was, because it was a while ago when that happened. But I do remember that they had a very, very successful panel. They had quite a few people show up. They had quite a few people asking questions and asking exactly why they did what they did, why they were there, how they could help out. And I believe they gave out several season sets as well. So all that money that GoFundMe campaign is going towards is towards the panels, so they can go to these conventions and set up the booths, set up the panels, so that we can inform other people, hey, Case Closed is a really great show. It's a really, really great show. And if you haven't seen it, you should see it. And if you have seen it and you loved it, you'd understand why we want this show back so badly. And I wish I could be there as well. Maybe I will one of these days. Who knows? But as for now, I encourage you guys also just to give any amount that you can. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be really, it's not a real limit to what you could give, but we just encourage you to give and to support this so that we can go out and tell people exactly why we do what we do and why this is such an important cause for us. Now, also, I believe there's still the regular season sets and the regular movies that are also out there somewhere. I encourage you guys to get those as well if you haven't picked them up. Please, we need to show those sales at some point. We can show Funimation or whoever decides to pick up Case Closed in the future that we are still out there. By picking up the season sets, by picking up this new release, the new releases from Discotek Media, we can show and prove that we are out there, that we are listening, that we can be heard, and that Case Closed is very important to us. And it's very important to the fans that have been watching this series for so long, that have loved, that have fallen in love with the characters, that have fallen in love with the story, with everything that happens in that series. We want to show that we can be heard out there. Now, on the next episode of Case Closed Live, I'll be answering your questions and comments concerning Case Closed, concerning this new release, concerning the fan dub also, which, by the way, there are still spots open for the fan dub. We still, I was informed that we still need extras for the fan dub, and the information about the email to send your information to the for the fan dub is in this description as well, on joining the fan dub, or if there's anything that you can do to help out. The links and everything, the information will all be in the description box below. The fan dub is actually the best way that we can show that we're here, and I've been excited about speaking as a fan of this movement, speaking as one of the people who have supported this movement, maybe not as loudly as some other people have, but as a avid fan, I was personally excited to hear about this fan dub, and I really want to see it come together, and we just need more people to help out with it. I believe the scripts are done. I believe the most of the cast are done. I'm not trying to speculate or anything because I don't have all of the details. Professor C has all of those, and also, if you like to be an extra or a background, or any part that might be open, I'm sure Professor C will get in touch with you when you send the email. So the email is down below. It's caseclose1992@live.com. The email is in the description box, so you could talk to him Give him your information. Tell him exactly what you're wanting to do or if there's any spots open. And I'm sure he will get back to you as soon as he possibly can on that, because I, along with many others in this community, would love to see a fan dub happen, and I'm sure we're very, very close to having it happen. Now, the last thing I want to say is on the live streams. I know Professor C has done live streams before. I'm going to ask him if I could do live streams also, because I feel like that also is a better way to interact with you, the community. I want to interact with you guys a lot more. I want to feel comfortable in this new role that I am in. I want to be able to put in my part, and I feel like this is how I'm going to put in my part in this community. And I hope that I am doing a wonderful job so far. If there's any advice you have for me, just let me know how I can make this a better experience for you guys. I know I'm not Professor C in any way, and I'm not trying to replace him. I'm not trying to take his spot or anything. I just wanted to do my part to help a show that I love with everything in my heart, with everything that I have. I love this show. I really do. And I want to show that I want to do some more for this community, and I hope that I can show you guys that I will give everything that I have for this. So I'm sorry that this was kind of a short podcast, but next time I should be able to answer all of your questions. I will answer all your questions, every last one of them, to the best of my ability. And we're gonna have fun with this. We're gonna have fun with this, people. I might come in with some in-depths, it'll be a little bit different. I wanted to make this my own for a while. As long as I'm here, I want to make this a little bit different for you guys, to interact with you guys more, to bring you some more information. And for the new guys, the new people who are listening, I want to be able to inform you of what Case Closed is, of what Case Closed is all about, the characters, the storylines, everything. So expect that in the next few episodes. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you for listening. It really does mean a lot to me that this is happening right now, that I am given this big responsibility to take over this podcast in Case Closed Live, and I'm hopeful that I've done the best that I can at it, and that I can continue to do so as long as I am here. So thank you guys for listening, and I will talk to you guys on the next episode of the Case Closed podcast. Talk to you guys later.